G'day everyone, thank you very much for tuning into the channel. Today we have got the NUX B-8 wireless unit on here. This thing is feature packed from start to finish. It sounds amazing, it's really clever, it's got some really cool tricks up its sleeve. But this story, this is my gig board, by the way. This story starts with my whammy drop tune, my whammy Ricochet. Because I'm such a Boss fanboy, I wanted to replace the Ricochet with the poly shifter, which you can see here. But to operate it in a live situation the way I needed to add an extra switch here. So that meant I had to put my tuner here and my Boss wireless unit. Now, you know, those of you that watch the channel know I'm a Boss fanboy. So I had to replace my Boss wireless unit and my Boss tuner because I like everything to be neat and tidy and I didn't want an extra pedal up the top. So it just so happened that NUX had reached out to me and said, hey, we've got this B8 unit. There's a new update for it, version 2.0. Would you like to check it out? Now, just completely solved my problem because it is a wireless unit and it has a tuner built into it all at once. And then, as if that wasn't enough, when I've got the electric part of the gig, the second half of the night with the boys in the band, it's also got a boost pedal if I need it, so I can boost my Nano Cortex, and it's up to 12 dB of boost, so you can just select it anywhere through. So anyway, I'm going to go through this unit with you because it is exceptional. It sounds amazing, especially on the acoustic guitar. It's a little bit clearer than the Boss one. I hate to admit it, but it's true. I have been nothing but impressed. I've played over the last 2 weeks. I've played 8 gigs with it now. I've had it for a couple of weeks and I've played around with it. So it does some really cool quality of life things as well, which I will show you. Okay, so anyway, first of all, the most important thing for me is that this bad boy has intelligent bloody signal hopping. So it's got like 79 channels or 80 channels to choose from. And it's constantly scanning and constantly flicking between different channels to make sure you've always got the strongest signal, which is super awesome. Then if you've got up to 10 guys in the band, up to 10 of you can be using these units simultaneously. You have your own B8 unit without any cross chatter, without any cutting out. It's really smart the way it does it. It just hops between very narrow frequencies and just keeps everything Mickey Mouse. Then we've got 6 levels of stability, so you can have it from like incredibly low latency and not as signal stable to incredibly signal stable with a tiny bit of latency. But I got to tell you, I haven't noticed any latency, and I've got mine. Where am I? I've got mine almost all the way up. So I've got, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. I've got mine on the 4th level. I have not had any dropouts yet, and it's been brilliant. I haven't noticed any latency at all, which is sweet. So that's been really important for me because I've played in some pretty Wi-Fi intensive areas and it hasn't had a single dropout yet, which is super sweet. So it also comes with this wireless package, of course. Now, what makes this cool is that if you want to charge it up, you just chuck it on there. You can see the little gold bits there, and you can see the little gold bits there. This is magnetic, so it just clips on there. You don't have to plug anything in. You just sit on top and it grabs it and hangs onto it. Now, the transmitter also has some cable tone, which I'm going to show you now because it's probably the most obvious on the acoustic guitar. So that's on now. And you can see on the screen there it says cable tone. So, you know, if you do want to emulate having a 20-foot cable or something like that where your highs are rolled off, that is in there. It's really funny from this angle. It looks like it says camel tone, not cable tone, and because my eyes are old. All right, so obviously it's a tuner. The foot switch you use to turn the tuner on, I've got it set up so that if you just hit it once, the tuner comes on. And then I've got it, if you hold it in, the boost comes on. So that's awesome. Boost off. tuner. Now you can set the tuner up to just keep playing while you're going, or you can set it to mute like I have, so I can talk over top of this, show you all how desperately I'm out of tune. Beautiful. With the wireless unit itself, it's a tuner, it has a boost, and then there are some really good quality of life features which really set this apart from anything else on the market. Completely set it apart. It's also an effects loop, so you can actually come into it, run your pedals, send and return out of it. It's got a buffer built into it. So it's got the effects loop, which is buffered, and then there is a direct XLR output, so a DI output. So you can just go straight to your front of house or straight to your FR speaker or whatever you're using via XLR, which is super awesome. A lot of guys don't realize how handy that is. That's really, really super awesome. Or you can run it to in-ears, that sort of stuff. Now, if your battery pack goes dead, there is also a guitar input. So you can just plug into the side of it here, just like you would any other pedal. So you can just completely bypass the wireless unit altogether and just use it as a junction box if your little heart desires. So all that routing is incredibly useful. So, you know, loop, buffer, in, out, guitar in, DI out. It's got a ground lift on it. That is super duper cool. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of the internal tricks. My favorite is that you can change the tuning picture. You can change the picture or the startup picture. So I've put a couple in there. The first one is Dimebag Darrell flipping everybody off in 1990 at the Monsters of Rock concert in the middle of the Domination solo in Moscow. Then there's a picture of my dog with a birthday cake, and there's a picture of me smoking a dart. I'm going to show you this now because I think it's really cool. So when you power it up, you get the little NUX logo, and then it goes through. There's Dimebag. There's my dog with a birthday cake. Oh, I think I put Rod in there. There's Rod playing the guitar. Yes. And then there's me smoking a durry. Yeah, beautiful. And then it gets into its then it gets into its normal mode. Now, let's say, for example, you had a really squishy pedal board and you needed to run it sideways. You can go into the display. You can go into display orientation and you can tell it to be sideways, or you can tell it to be sideways again, the other way, or you can go back to just being up the right way. Now that is incredible. That is super awesome. So I can't stress enough how many times over the past 20 years I've had to put my tuner on sideways. It annoys me, it irks me, and I've got to turn my head sideways to see if I'm in tune or not. So that is another really amazing quality of life thing. It's all these little things that just make life so much easier when you're at a gig. It's just so good. Now, as for the actual display, you can sort of pick a few different versions of things. So there's my level. It's also telling me my battery in the pack, how much battery's left. I'm going to put that back to where I had it because I think that one looks really pretty. Then you can also select how you want your tuner to look. There's just the one that I've been using. Then there's a couple of different versions. So that one's got a picture in it of some young lady playing the guitar. You can customize that as well. Tuning display. What's this tuner? Let's have a look at this one. I think this is like the strobe sort of tuner. Yeah, strobe sort of tuner. But again, I really just like the one it came with. I think it's very pretty. So it still has my signal strength on one side and my battery on the other side, which is awesome. Now you can change what your foot switch does as well, which I am going to do. I like to have mine as the boost. Just hit it once for the boost. And I like to have mine as hold for the tuner. Like that. So I don't like it the other way around where you just hit it and the tuner comes on. I like to have the boost on. So I'm going to whack it over to a guitar sound now. Boost! It's so weird to just go from down tuned and heavy just back to acoustic. So anyway, the moral of this story is that I've taken my trusty Boss tuner off, my trusty Boss wireless system off, and I've also got a boost pedal by adding this NUX, the NUX B-8. I'm really just amazed at how much they've managed to pack into one compact unit, and besides all that, I'm amazed at just how good it actually is. I mean, I've used all the Shure wirelesses. I've had a couple of Sennheiser wirelesses. This thing, like if you're using wireless equipment and you're playing acoustic guitar, it is the easiest way to find out if it's a good quality wireless unit or not, because you lose a lot of your tone if you're full frequency like an acoustic guitar. You know, electric guitars is not super important because they're pretty mid-heavy, but for somebody in my situation where I'm playing half electric and then half acoustic, this thing just sounds $1 million. Absolutely sounds $1 million bucks. I'm just going to turn this off and I'm going to unplug it and I'm going to show you how it sticks on there, because that's the last thing to do, really. I just can't get over how good a quality unit this is. So that just sits in there. Well, and charges up, and it's really, really solid. Like it's you know, charging up now, so by the time you get back from your beer break, you're done, you're charged up. And I only took the cable out of it to show you then, but most of the time I just sit it on there with the cable in it. The cable just fits beautifully down the side of it. Just yeah, I just turn it off, unplug it and stick it straight on there. I don't even normally unplug the cable, but anyway, there you go. NUX, thank you very much for sending us this. You've really designed something really quite special here. It sounds beautiful. It's got lots of really good, you know, gigging quality of life things that I think is super impressive. So anyway, if you've got this far, thank you. I'll leave a link down in the description to the product. You can go check it out for yourself. They're available everywhere. You know, from your local retailer, from NUX directly. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Thumbs up, like, subscribe. You can buy us a coffee now too if you want. So anyway, leave a comment, do anything you like. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.